Growing older doesn't mean growing weaker. Today, we're tackling a fear many seniors face: weak legs and losing independence. Stay tuned because in this video, I'm revealing 4 foods scientifically proven to rebuild leg strength and fight muscle loss. Have you ever noticed how getting out of a chair or climbing stairs feels more challenging than it used to? This isn't just part of growing older, it's a condition called sarcopenia. Sarcopenia is the gradual loss of skeletal muscle mass and strength with age. It affects about 10% of adults over 50 and begins much earlier than most people realize, often as early as your 30s. Muscle mass and strength start to decline slowly at first, but by the time you're in your 60s, the effects can feel overwhelming. The good news? It doesn't have to be this way. Without enough muscle strength, basic activities, things you probably took for granted for decades, start to feel like uphill battles. Imagine struggling just to stand up from the couch, lift groceries, or balance while walking. These aren't just inconveniences. They're signs that your muscles are losing their ability to support you. What makes sarcopenia particularly concerning is the rate at which this decline happens. Research shows that after middle age, muscle strength decreases by about 3% every year. After 60, this accelerates to a staggering 12 to 15% per decade. Picture a strong foundation losing a few bricks each year, barely noticeable at first. Over time, the structure weakens so much that it can no longer support itself. That's what happens to your body, and it's why tasks that were once effortless can one day feel almost impossible. But the stakes are even higher than convenience. Sarcopenia raises your risk of falls, fractures, and long hospital stays, costing over $18.5 billion a year in U.S. healthcare. Falling just once can lead to a broken hip or months of recovery, and regaining mobility afterward can be incredibly challenging. Even more alarming, studies show that sarcopenia shortens life expectancy. Those with low muscle mass face higher mortality rates as their reduced strength impacts overall health and resilience. Beyond physical mobility, sarcopenia increases the risk of chronic conditions, limits independence, and often leads to earlier reliance on long-term care. For many, this decline feels unavoidable, like a natural part of aging that just has to be accepted. But here's the truth: sarcopenia isn't inevitable. While it's linked to factors like hormones, activity levels, and diet, you can take steps to slow or even reverse its effects. And the best part? These steps don't require a complete lifestyle overhaul. Small, consistent efforts can make a measurable difference. One of the biggest myths about muscle loss is that once it starts, there's no way to reverse it. The reality is that muscle responds extremely well to the right kind of care, no matter your age. And achieving that care doesn't mean lifting heavy weights or spending hours in a gym. Simple targeted exercises, like those focusing on leg strength, can help significantly, as the legs are often the first muscles to weaken with age. Pair these exercises with a diet rich in muscle-supporting nutrients, and you're on your way to better strength and mobility. That's perhaps the most exciting part of addressing sarcopenia. It's about making smart, sustainable choices, starting now. Recent studies highlight how nutrition plays a critical role in preserving muscle mass. Diet isn't just about calories or weight management, it's about fueling your muscles with the nutrients they need to thrive, repair, and stay strong. By combining dietary changes with light, consistent exercises, you can see improvements in mobility, energy, and even overall health. These changes don't just help with muscle mass, they also support heart health, bone density, and mental clarity. No matter your age or current level of strength, there's a path forward. You have the power to reclaim your mobility, independence, and confidence. Let's start with the most accessible part of the solution: your diet. The foods you eat every day can be your greatest ally against sarcopenia. So, what should you reach for first? Let's take a look. Did you know that the strength of your legs and even your ability to maintain mobility might rely on something as common as the food sitting in your fridge? Protein, the building block of muscle, plays a vital role in preserving muscle mass and preventing it from dwindling away. But here's the issue. Most people over 60 don't get nearly enough of it, and as a result, muscle loss speeds up. Let's take a closer look at why protein is so essential and how you can use it to keep your muscles strong. Protein is much more than just another nutrient. It's something your muscles depend on to stay healthy. Every time your body activates muscle repair and growth, whether you're walking, exercising, or simply standing up, protein comes into play. Think of it as the raw material your body uses to rebuild damaged muscle fibers or form new ones. Without enough protein, your body struggles to keep up with the normal wear and tear your muscles endure every day. That struggle becomes even harder with age because your muscles lose their sensitivity to protein inputs. Experts now recommend at least 1 to 1.2 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight per day for older adults, along with 25 to 30 grams per meal to overcome this age-related resistance. The problem is not everyone realizes how important it is to get high-quality protein or how much their body needs. Research shows many seniors fall short of daily protein recommendations, either because of dietary habits, difficulty chewing certain foods, or simply not knowing which foods are the most beneficial. This lack of sufficient protein accelerates the progression of sarcopenia, making it harder to stay mobile and independent. High-quality protein, rich in essential amino acids, is what your muscles thrive on, and leucine stands out as the star. To stimulate muscle protein synthesis effectively, aim for about 2.5 grams of leucine per meal, which can be found in sources like whey, meat, fish, eggs, or soy protein isolate. Leucine is like the signal that tells your body it's time to repair and grow muscle. This amino acid is particularly effective at kickstarting muscle protein synthesis, the process by which your body builds new muscle. Foods high in leucine, like lean meats, fish, dairy products, and even plant-based options like soy, are excellent for muscle health. For example, a 5-ounce salmon fillet contains roughly 35 grams of high-quality protein and a strong dose of leucine. Similarly, a 6-ounce serving of Greek yogurt provides around 15 grams of protein and is packed with leucine and other key nutrients. For plant-based eaters, tofu and edamame are fantastic sources of both protein and leucine, offering variety beyond animal products. To maximize the benefits of protein, timing, and quantity matter. Studies suggest that distributing your protein evenly across all your meals is far better for muscle building than loading up on it all at once. Experts recommend aiming for around 30 grams of protein per meal to stimulate muscle growth effectively. Let's break down what that actually looks like. A 3-egg omelet with a bit of cheese in the morning can provide nearly 20 grams of protein. Pair that with a small serving of Greek yogurt, and you've hit the target. For lunch or dinner, think 5 ounces of salmon, which delivers about 35 grams of protein on its own. Add a few roasted vegetables or a small grain side, and you've created a balanced muscle-supporting meal. For those who struggle to hit these daily protein goals, food preparation might feel like a hurdle. The good news is that convenience leads the way in many protein options. Pre-cut fillets of salmon or individually portioned containers of Greek yogurt can make building a protein-rich diet manageable, even for someone on a busy schedule. For plant-based eaters, soy milk, tofu, or protein-enriched snacks like edamame are simple, accessible alternatives. The goal isn't to stress over every gram, but to build habits around eating balanced amounts at each meal. Beyond just preventing muscle loss, protein has additional benefits that contribute to keeping you on your feet. The process of muscle protein synthesis increases not only strength, but also the ability to heal from daily stressors on the muscles. For older adults who might experience higher levels of inflammation or slower recovery times, this restoration process is key. By maintaining consistent protein intake, you can support your muscle cells' ability to adapt and repair after small strains, whether they come from a long walk, gardening, or even light exercise. But let's not forget to keep an eye on variety. Muscle health thrives when your diet includes diverse protein sources because each type brings its own unique nutrients. While lean chicken and fish are great staples, other foods like lentils, chickpeas, and nuts lend fiber and minerals to your meals alongside protein. Including both plant-based and animal-based options can strike a balance that works for you, while providing the wide range of nutrients your muscles require. If you're just starting out, the simplest step could be focusing on incorporating one protein-rich meal into your day and gradually building from there. Small, consistent changes are often the most effective, and over time they'll add up to real improvements in your strength and balance. Keep in mind that while protein is necessary, it's not the entire solution. Your muscles also need assistance from other nutrients to recover and grow to their fullest potential. Speaking of which, there's another nutrient that works almost like protein's partner, offering its own incredible benefits to your muscles. Most people recognize it for its role in heart health, but research shows it's also vital in fighting inflammation and helping your muscles respond better to the protein you eat. Let's take a look at what this surprising nutrient is and how to include it in your diet. What if improving your muscle strength was as simple as adding a specific nutrient to your diet? One that not only enhances your muscles, but also protects your heart. That's the power of omega-3 fatty acids, specifically eicosapentaenoic acid, EPA, and docosahexaenoic acid, DHA, essential nutrients, with remarkable dual benefits. While omega-3s are widely recognized for their positive effects on cardiovascular health, their connection to muscle health is equally impressive, especially in older adults. Beyond supporting heart function, omega-3s play a key role in reducing inflammation and enhancing protein synthesis in muscles, two critical factors for maintaining strength as we age. Let's start with inflammation, a hidden culprit behind muscle weakening. As we age, low-grade inflammation becomes more common, often going unnoticed but significantly impacting muscle repair and regeneration. Chronic inflammation disrupts these processes, accelerating muscle loss over time. Studies have shown that omega-3s can lower levels of C-reactive protein, a marker of systemic inflammation. By reducing this inflammation, omega-3s create a more favorable environment for muscle recovery and rebuilding. This anti-inflammatory effect is particularly beneficial when paired with regular protein intake, as it allows the body to maintain and even restore muscle tissue more effectively. But there's more to the story. Omega-3s also directly influence how your muscles use protein. Imagine you've eaten a protein-packed meal filled with the amino acids your muscles need. Without the right support, your body might not fully utilize that protein. Omega-3 fatty acids improve muscle protein synthesis, meaning they help your muscles convert dietary protein into strength more efficiently. In one trial, older women who took 2 grams of fish oil daily while engaging in resistance training gained more muscle strength than those who exercised without omega-3 supplementation. This makes omega-3s a powerful ally, especially when combined with consistent protein intake and physical activity. So where can you find omega-3s in your diet? Some of the best sources are surprisingly simple, starting with fatty fish like salmon, mackerel, and sardines. For example, just 4 ounces of cooked salmon provides around 1,200 milligrams of omega-3s, a substantial amount to help meet your daily needs. Health guidelines recommend aiming for 2 servings of fatty fish per week, which equates to about 500 milligrams to 1 gram of EPA and DHA per day. If fish isn't a regular part of your diet, you might consider a 2-gram omega-3 supplement to match the levels used in research studies. For plant-based options, walnuts, chia seeds, and flax seeds are excellent sources, though they primarily contain alpha-linolenic acid, a precursor to EPA and DHA. While ALA offers some benefits, the conversion to the other acids in the body is limited, so it's worth focusing on direct sources when possible. Incorporating omega-3s into your meals doesn't have to be complicated. Pairing 4 ounces of baked salmon with a side of sautéed vegetables and a handful of walnuts can provide a significant omega-3 boost in one plate. If cooking fresh fish feels like a hassle, canned options like sardines or salmon are convenient, affordable, and just as nutrient-dense. For vegetarians or those who don't eat seafood, sprinkling chia seeds or flax seeds into oatmeal smoothies or yogurt is an easy way to increase your omega-3 intake. The impact of omega-3s on muscle strength has been well documented. One study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that older adults who supplemented with omega-3s for several months experienced significant improvements in muscle strength. These results suggest that even if you're starting with weaker muscle function, omega-3s can help rebuild strength over time. This makes them especially valuable for seniors who need extra support to maintain muscle health and mobility. And it's not just about strength. The reduced inflammation from omega-3s also aids in muscle recovery after physical activity. Whether it's a light morning walk or a resistance workout, omega-3s can reduce soreness and speed up recovery, allowing you to stay active with fewer delays. When paired with a protein-rich diet, these recovery benefits are even more pronounced, creating a powerful combination for preserving independence and mobility. Yet, for all their benefits, omega-3s are often overlooked compared to more popular nutrients like calcium or vitamin D. However, making 3 a priority could be one of the smartest changes you make to your diet. While supplements are an option, getting omega-3s through food offers additional nutrients. For instance, salmon also provides vitamin D, a nutrient essential for muscle and bone health, while walnuts deliver fiber and antioxidants, making them a well-rounded choice for overall vitality. Beyond the science, adding omega-3s to your meals can make your diet more enjoyable. Think of recipes like roasted salmon with olive oil and fresh herbs, a crunchy walnut topping on your salad, or avocado toast sprinkled with chia seeds. These small adjustments not only boost your omega-3 intake, but also keep your meals flavorful and exciting, helping you stick to a healthier lifestyle. While incorporating this particular nutrient is straightforward, what's even more exciting is how they work in synergy with other key nutrients to maximize their benefits. For example, pairing omega-3s with vitamin D can amplify their effects on muscle health. But what happens if you're low on vitamin D, a deficiency that's surprisingly common, especially in seniors? That's what we'll explore next, as it might be the missing piece in your plan to build stronger legs and stay active. Let's take a closer look. Could the missing ingredient for stronger, more resilient legs really be as simple as stepping outside? For many seniors, the answer is yes, at least partially. That's because vitamin D, often called the sunshine nutrient, plays a vital role in keeping your muscles strong, mobile, and less prone to weakness. It does this by supporting muscle protein synthesis, a process that repairs and builds muscle tissues after wear and tear. Beyond that, vitamin D has anti-inflammatory effects, helping to reduce the low-grade inflammation that's common with aging and often worsens muscle degradation. However, nearly 50% of older adults are deficient in vitamin D due to reduced skin conversion, a problem that becomes more pronounced after age 60. The body has an incredible ability to produce vitamin D when exposed to sunlight, but aging throws a wrench into that process. As we get older, the skin becomes less effective at converting sunlight into vitamin D. Even spending time outdoors might not give your body the same boost it did when you were younger. Complicating matters further, many people, especially seniors, spend less time outside altogether due to limited mobility, weather concerns, or simply not prioritizing outdoor activity. This combination of reduced sunlight exposure and an aging body's decreased efficiency creates the perfect storm for widespread vitamin D deficiencies. For someone over 60, this deficiency isn't just another health statistic. It has real consequences for muscle strength, balance, and overall mobility. Low levels of vitamin D are closely linked to muscle weakness, which can make simple tasks like walking or standing from a chair feel harder over time. More importantly, vitamin D deficiency can weaken the muscles that help stabilize the body, significantly increasing the risk of falls and injuries. Falls are already a leading cause of hospitalizations for seniors, so this connection between vitamin D and balance shouldn't be underestimated. The good news is that addressing a vitamin D deficiency doesn't have to feel overwhelming. It can start with just a few key changes to your daily routine. Stepping outside for even 15 to 20 minutes of sunlight a day can help boost your body's natural vitamin D production. However, for many people, sunlight alone isn't enough to maintain healthy levels, especially during winter months or in regions where sunlight is limited. This is where supplementation becomes a key component to address alongside diet and exercise. Most studies suggest that 800 to 1,000 IU of vitamin D per day can support muscle strength and reduce the risk of falls in older adults. However, it's important to note that results can vary depending on baseline vitamin D levels. Some trials show significant improvements in muscle strength and fall reduction, while others indicate more modest outcomes. This is why a blood test is crucial before starting supplements to ensure your levels are optimized for maximum benefit. Aside from sunlight and supplements, your diet can also supply much-needed vitamin D. Several foods are naturally rich in this nutrient, while others are fortified to help you meet your daily requirements. Fatty fish like salmon and mackerel is one of the best natural sources, delivering both vitamin D and omega-3 fatty acids, which we've already highlighted for their muscle-boosting benefits. Just a 4-ounce serving of salmon provides over 500 IU of vitamin D, making it a nutrient-dense choice for muscle health. Egg yolks are another natural option, and pairing it with other nutrient-rich foods makes for a simple yet effective meal. For those looking at fortified options, milk and orange juice often come enriched with vitamin D. Just one 8-ounce glass of fortified milk can provide around 100 IU, giving you an easy way to boost your intake. Maintaining adequate vitamin D levels can bring noticeable improvements to muscle strength and stability. Studies have shown that seniors with healthy vitamin D levels experience better leg power and balance, reducing the likelihood of falls by a significant margin. Even more interesting is how vitamin D interacts with other nutrients like calcium to support stronger bones and muscles simultaneously. It isn't just acting alone, but works as part of a bigger system that keeps you mobile and independent as you age. While sunlight, supplements, and a vitamin D-rich diet are highly effective, it's also worth mentioning how vitamin D connects to other health areas. Muscle and bone health are just the beginning. This nutrient also plays a role in strengthening your immune system and improving mood, both of which have indirect effects on your energy and activity levels. A healthier immune system means fewer illnesses, while a more balanced mood can make it easier to stay active and keep up with light exercise routines, which ultimately feeds back into stronger muscles. Despite its importance, it's surprising how many seniors go years without knowing they're deficient in vitamin D. If you've never had your levels checked, it may be worth asking your doctor for a simple blood test. Addressing a deficiency early can prevent larger problems down the road, including accelerated muscle loss. And even if you're already taking steps to improve your diet and exercise habits, ensuring your vitamin D levels are where they need to be can amplify all the other efforts you're making to restore strength to your legs. Now, while vitamin D is a critical piece of the puzzle for muscle health, it's not the only nutrient that deserves attention. There's one more, less well-known food with incredible potential to transform how your muscles function, and chances are it's not something you've been eating regularly. Let's take a closer look at this surprising addition to your diet and why it's quickly gaining attention in the fight against muscle loss. What if the secret to keeping your legs stronger and healthier lies in a simple sea plant most of us rarely eat? Seaweed, an age-old staple in many Asian diets, is beginning to turn heads in Western health circles for its incredible nutrient profile. Not only is it packed with essential vitamins and minerals, but it's also showing promise in fighting sarcopenia and improving muscle strength. Despite its low profile in typical Western meals, adding seaweed to your diet might be one of the easiest steps you can take for better mobility and a reduced risk of muscle loss. Seaweed, like nori, wakame, or kelp, brings a lot more to the table than you might expect. It's loaded with iodine, a mineral that plays a key role in thyroid health. And why does thyroid health matter? Your thyroid helps regulate your metabolism, which directly affects your muscles' ability to repair and grow. Without enough iodine, your thyroid can't function efficiently, and this disruption can indirectly impact your muscle health over time. In addition to iodine, seaweed also contains antioxidants, which help the body counteract oxidative stress, a factor linked to aging and muscle decline. In short, seaweed supports your body at multiple levels, offering benefits far beyond simple nutrition. But here's the most exciting part. New research is uncovering seaweed's specific effects on muscle strength, particularly for older adults. A study conducted by researchers at Jeju National University in South Korea examined the effects of Ishige okamure, a type of brown algae, on seniors. Over 12 weeks, participants took 100 milligrams of this seaweed extract daily. The results were striking. Leg extension torque, a measure of muscle strength, improved significantly. While the exact percentage increase varied, the findings suggest that this extract may have a meaningful impact on muscle function. It's important to note that these results come from studies using concentrated extracts, and further research is needed to determine how whole food seaweed compares. Animal studies add another layer of intrigue. In tests using the same Ishige okamure extract, older mice given the equivalent dosage experienced a boost in testosterone levels, restoring them to levels typically seen in younger mice. This increase correlated with gains in muscle mass, further highlighting the extract's potential for combating age-related muscle decline. While these results are promising, they also underscore the need for more human trials to confirm the broader applicability of these findings. If you're wondering how seaweed works on such a deep level, it comes down to its incredible combination of compounds. Iodine's role in thyroid function we've already covered, but there's more. Seaweed is rich in amino acids, the very building blocks of muscle protein synthesis. Additionally, it contains polysaccharides, complex carbohydrates that may aid recovery by supporting joint and muscle health. These nutrients, combined with the potential hormonal effects seen in studies, make seaweed a fascinating addition to diets aimed at preserving muscle strength. One of the best things about seaweed is how simple it is to incorporate into your meals. Unlike other nutrient-rich foods that might feel intimidating to prepare, seaweed is versatile and convenient even if you've never tried it before. Love snacking? Dried seaweed sheets, like the ones you see wrapped around sushi, make for a light, crunchy option that you can eat right out of the bag. They're loaded with flavor and a touch of saltiness while packing in nutrients. If you prefer something more substantial, you can add chopped seaweed to soups, stir-fries, or salads for an umami kick that elevates your dish. Wakame, commonly found in miso soup, is another fantastic variety. It's soft, mild, and pairs well with broths and rice bowls. For those curious about maximizing the benefits, seaweed-based supplements are also an option, and they often concentrate the plant's nutrients into a more targeted form. However, it's important to note that not all supplements are created equal, and the quality of the extract matters. Always opt for well-reviewed products and consult with a healthcare professional if you're unsure about supplementation. That said, most people find it easy and more enjoyable to reap the benefits of seaweed through food. The natural form of seaweed not only provides its key nutrients, but also gives your body the fiber and additional minerals it needs for overall health. What makes seaweed even more powerful is its ability to complement the other foods we've already talked about. Pairing seaweed with a fatty fish like salmon, for instance, can give you a nutrient-dense meal packed with omega-3s, vitamin D, and iodine, all of which work together to support both muscle health and recovery. Even simple meals, like a miso soup starter followed by a protein-rich dinner, can bring multiple muscle-supporting nutrients into one sitting. The key to its effectiveness isn't just in eating seaweed alone, but in how it adds to a well-rounded diet aimed at preserving and rebuilding muscle strength. Although seaweed is still gaining traction in Western diets, its benefits are hard to ignore. Cultures that have included seaweed as a dietary staple for centuries, like Japan and Korea, have some of the longest life expectancies, and lowest rates of age-related frailty. While diet is only one factor, the inclusion of nutrient-dense foods like seaweed undoubtedly plays a significant role in these outcomes. If it's worked for millions of people over generations, why not see how it can work for you? The idea of adding seaweed to your meals might seem unconventional if you're not used to it, but this powerful plant is simpler to integrate than you'd think. From snacks to soups to fresh salads, it fits seamlessly into various dishes, bringing flavor and function to your table. As we've explored throughout this video, targeting Sarcopenia requires a multi-nutrient approach, and seaweed is the kind of overlooked ally that ties everything together. Combined with protein, omega-3s, and vitamin D, it creates a tailored toolkit to protect your muscles and keep you moving freely for decades to come. Let's look at how these incredible foods work collectively for lasting strength and independence. Imagine waking up at 80 feeling strong, steady, and ready to take on the day, walking freely, climbing stairs, and staying active with ease. Remember, you can lose up to 15 of your leg strength per decade after 60, but with these 4 foods and light exercise, you can reverse that trend. Tonight, try adding a serving of salmon or a handful of walnuts to your dinner. Small changes compound into lasting strength gains. By combining protein, omega-3s, vitamin D, and seaweed extract with leg-focused exercises, you'll protect your independence and keep moving freely for years. Share your tips in the comments. Thanks for watching and subscribing to our channel, and remember, the best of your healthy golden years are ahead of you. See you in the next video.